Hi guys! So, it's getting really close to spoopy season. I feel like since it's really, the time for witchcraft, let's do a spell jar. It's just a quick recipe. It's just really to set some intentions, and this is also a pretty general recipe, so you can pretty much mess with this the way you want to. It's really, the main purpose is the intention behind the jar itself, not necessarily the spell itself and the outcome, but we'll go over it. So to make this spell jar, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is add some of my incense that I've set some intentions with throughout the week. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add that to it. And next I got my little container of herbs that I have also meditated with and set some intentions with. So I'm gonna go ahead and meditate again with these herbs and then add them to the jar as well. And that's just like sage, thyme, and basil. This might sound silly, but I'm gonna add some tea from leftovers from this morning and use that because I like to meditate in the morning and set some intentions for the day. So I'm just gonna add that juice to this little spell jar as well. And this is like some stress tea, some little stress blend of like peppermint, cinnamon, and some other good stuff I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, and I almost forgot. I'm gonna crush up these eggshells for purification. With this spell jar, I'm gonna just try something. I know this sounds silly, but I'm gonna add a little bit of melatonin to the spell jar just so I can set some intentions for like when I'm sleeping. Because I'd like to think that I set the right intentions when I go to bed, like as far as like meditating goes and spell magic. But I'm just gonna add a little bit of melatonin to the spell jar just to make sure. So basically, like, yeah, I come out here and I meditate pretty much like mostly every day. So when I do meditate, I like to set intentions when I meditate, and I'll like bring incense. I'll burn incense in my own home too to set some intentions in the house. And then like there's some herbs in here, obviously. I brought those out here to meditate. I think I have them in my own an old video too, actually, if you want to kind of check back and look on some of my old intention videos. It should be there. I'm not quite sure which one it was. It was one of my intention videos. But basically, what's in here is also some herbal tea that I blended together from this morning. With I like to set some intentions, and I'm an intention setter. I set intentions, okay. In the morning I have a cup of tea just to kind of detox, get rid of bad vibes from the previous night, that sort of thing. And so I added that tea to the spell jar as well. And so there's a lot of intentions set in that jar. And really what you want to do is just kind of come out here to just, you know, be out in your own space, meditate. You don't have to be outside, but personally I really like groundwork and being outside in nature, because it's really where we get a lot of that grid energy transferred. So that's why I like to set my intentions outside and meditate. So it has previous intentions, and I'm also going to meditate again right now. I'm not going to do it in the video because we've meditated before together. But yeah, basically you can mess with this recipe the way you want to, whether it be setting an intention for a money spell, for a love spell, an abundance spell. Personally, I like to stay away from like too heavy ego-driven things, just because it's easier for me to set my own intentions towards something that's more generalized and for the benefit of not just myself but for others. I just feel like there's a little bit, it just comes from a better place, and it allows me to use my skills to help others a little better. So that's just the only reason I try to stay away from those types of spells. When it's like money or something, yeah, it's arguably, it's not, yeah, no, I wouldn't really consider that like an ego-driven type of spell. We're just kind of, you know, I've explained this in other videos, we're just kind of taught through society that money is just a bad thing and we should stay away from money, but that's not the case. That's not true. That's just the way we've been taught through society. So the money spell, that's kind of different. I don't really consider that like an ego type of thing. Depends on your intention behind what you're, you know, obviously gonna want to do with the money. I think, like I said, it goes right back into the intention that you're setting. That's the most important part of the spell. So that's like why I try to stay away from like too ego heavy driven things, but then also try to be intentful on what I want to manifest as far as like money specifically, or like art supplies specifically, or wanting to be able to come up with some, you know, download some information from the universe so I can, you know, bring it to you guys in, because I like to think that with setting that intention, I personally can get some downloads from the universe that's going to help somebody personally that comes to this channel, just because the way the network works, my belief system behind the network, because I've explained this before, like the way psilocybin is kind of, it replicates like a web, a spider web, and I tend to, my belief system is that everything is connected and everything will find the right, its right place, like the law of attraction. Like you will be attracted to what you're meant to find, is essentially what my belief system goes on. So that goes with like algorithms on the internet and just talking to people, meeting people out in real life, just randomly, that sort of thing. My belief system is all connected, and it will come to you in time, when it's supposed to. Going with the flow sort of thing. So that's just like what I mean as far as like intention setting. That's why this is pretty much a pretty basic, vague spell jar. But really what you want to do with this spell jar, also by the way, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. With this intention jar, what you want to do with this is make this like a priority to meditate with as soon as you like wake up in the morning. I definitely recommend just beat yourself up a little bit, just for like at least a couple weeks. Just, you know, do one of those challenges, challenge yourself for like a week or two. Really, the longer the better. I say personally a 30-day challenge. That's pretty much what I did. I mean, it's well past 30-day challenge for me because I got this whole journal and just a brand new lifestyle. But so you just pretty much want to challenge yourself, take the time every morning to set the intention that you're wanting to meditate with what you set the intention with in that jar. So like whether it be like the money thing, the abundance, love, whatever your intention is, you want to get up in the morning, don't stare at your phone, don't pick up your phone, just pick up this jar. Go outside, meditate with it, drink a cup of tea, drink some water, and just set the intention. Just sit there and stare at that jar. Remember what you did, you know, that spell. I'm not saying like sit there and dwell on it, but just sit there and think about that spell that you set, those intentions that you set. You just want to come back to that and make that like a part of your healthy pattern, because making that part of your healthy pattern, your routine, you start to hypnotize yourself, and it just becomes a part of your psyche. Your psyche, you're going to start attracting the likeness. Likeness attracts likeness. So when you start hypnotizing yourself, you set that intention that you're already abundant, you already have this manifested in this jar, and it's already coming to you. It's on its way. It's right here in this jar. This jar is a magnet for what you're looking for in life, right? This jar is going to bring you abundance and happiness. You set that intention, you set that belief every morning for 30 days. Just try it for 30 days. And I promise you, magical things are going to happen. You're going to start seeing these patterns. You're going to see numerology. You're going to see these synchronicities just start occurring. And you're going to be like, woo, this lady, she wasn't lying. And, you know, if you really want to get into some of the other stuff, bring some crystals. Set the intentions with your crystals. Recharge them every day. But really, the main focus is this spell jar. Just make that spell jar your magnet for success. Set the intention that it is the magnet for success every morning, and that will just start developing in your brain. And it'll just be a part of your everyday life. It won't be that 30-day challenge anymore. It's just going to be a part of your routine, and it's going to bring you a lot of joy. And you won't regret it, I promise. So just try it out. Try the recipe. Tell me what you think. Tell me what happens for you. Tell me what intentions you were trying to set. And let's see what we can do. If you guys have any pointers yourself, or if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments section below, and we'll talk about it. You guys have a good one. Peace.